I'm now going to demonstrate procedures on how to clean a respirator that has either been grossly contaminated or cleaning it before we issue it to someone else. Because we'll make sure that you disinfect or sanitize the respirator. To do so, you're going to need a gallon of water, bleach, and the ability to measure a tablespoon, because we're going to want to put 2 tablespoons of bleach into a gallon of water, gloves, so that we don't come in contact with the bleach on our skin, a towel or a place to dry. You can spread off paper towels, a place to dry the respirator after we have cleaned it. You take the gallon of water, and I just have a gallon of water in a jug for the ease of measurement. Tap water is fine, but you want to make sure it's a gallon. Pour it in a pail or a bucket. Take your bleach, in this case it's Clorox, but it can be any household bleach. You don't want to get the concentrate, you want to get the regular strength. 2 tablespoons, do it over the water so that if you have any spills, like that, you don't injure yourself. Probably a good idea to rinse the spoon off so that it doesn't have concentrated bleach. Then you want to disassemble the respirator. You can do so by removing straps halfway, turning them halfway around, pulling them off, and it comes completely apart. Good idea to do this so that we make sure that we clean all the surfaces. And on the diaphragms on the inside, those can actually come off too, like so, to clean those. This particular one has a talking diaphragm. That one can come out too, and then you have the respirator shell, like so. You can put the straps in also to disinfect those. Then you want to go ahead and make sure that you use your hands to get the solution in all the areas. Lay the pieces out to dry. And with the shell, you want to make sure that you may want to turn it inside out a little bit just to make sure that there's no water hiding, at least that you minimize the amount of water that's trapped in the surface. So turn it outside to get that off from the inner lip of the face seal. Put it back to its original shape. And you do not want to immerse the filter cartridges, because once you do that, they're no good. You need to replace them. We would allow these things to sit in the water for 2 to 3 minutes. Then after we've taken them out of the solution, we would dump our bleach solution down the drain, and we want to add warm tap water, not to exceed 120 degrees. And then we would rinse everything in it and then lay it out again on the surface to air dry. So after you've decontaminated in the solution, you've rinsed it, and then you allow it to air dry before reusing it. First thing you want to do is go ahead and take the talking diaphragm, if you have a respirator that's so equipped, put it back into the face shell. Make sure that the respirator shell fits into the groove on the diaphragm. And you want to make sure you go all the way around, and it should look like so when it's done. Check the inside to make sure that it's completely flat. Then you would want to go ahead and take the inhalation valves. These are the ones that the filters screw on. And there's 2 of those, one on each side. Put those in like so. We'll put the diaphragm in last. This is the exhaust valve, and the exhaust valve diaphragm, we want to put that on if you've taken that off, and you do so by sticking it in the hole like so, pushing it through and pulling it out the other end. Helps sometimes if you have smaller fingers. And you want to make sure that that's pulled and snapped into place. Then you can go ahead and assemble it on the respirator. The black side on the out goes on the out because it's the exhaust valve, and it should fit in the little slot like so. Make sure that that's in all the way around. Then we can put the cap back on it to protect that diaphragm. Remember, that's the exhaust, so the diaphragms are on the outside. The inhalation valves are here, so those diaphragms go on the inside. And I'm going to take this out so you can see how it goes on here. You just pull and slip it around like so, so it sits like that. Put it back into place. You want to make sure that it's sit flat. This one doesn't sit flat right now, so before we put it away, we want to make sure it's flat. I'm going to put this other diaphragm on. Make sure it's flat. Put the straps on. This particular respirator has the one-piece head strap, so it's easy to distinguish, but it's nice if you have those that have 4 straps to kind of remember what goes where. These are the neck straps. They go down on the lower part. You simply put them on. The little hook twists sideways, 180 degrees, push and twist at the same time. Under the hook, push and twist. Same thing with the top strap. Push and twist. Another good thing to remember before you do this and reassemble that you should have already washed your hands so you're not contaminating the respirator. Push and twist. If you check the cartridges to make sure they look clean and in good shape, then you can go ahead and screw those on the respirator. Then you want to go ahead and put it in the bag for storage. And make sure you place the bag in an appropriate storage area where nothing heavy is going to get set on it, so that it will actually cause the face piece or the shell to disform. And some bags do have holes where you can hang it on a hook like so.